Yes, welcome Chasers to the 50 show. I'm your host 50 and I got my boy Tony Liebert from, Believe in Minnesota football. He worked with Sports Illustrated and he does a hard worker in general, man. How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. You feel me? Cause, we don't hire a D coordinator. But before we talk about the D coordinator, explain to the Chasers what's going on at Minnesota when it comes to retaining, the DCs.
Yeah, I mean anyone who's seen Minnesota the past few years, we've had a pretty good defense recently, producing a lot of good safety talent, and the D coordinator is now 2 years in a row left for other Power Five jobs as a D coordinator. You don't see that every day, so it's basically an issue with the administration. The assistant coaching salary pool is
Mhm.
routinely near the bottom of the Big Ten. I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head, but we can get into it eventually. But Corey
Mhm.
Hetherman even was rumored to go to Rutgers earlier in the offseason, and that seems
Mhm.
like even more of a lateral move, something a lot of Minnesota fans would have really not been happy with. But then
Mhm.
they signed him to a contract extension. But Miami, their money's a little bit different than Minnesota, and the rest of the Big Ten, their money's a little bit different than Minnesota. So
Yeah.
Miami is a much different program nationally than Minnesota. I do think this move specifically, and last year when Joe Rossi went to Michigan State, had a lot to do with money. And it just comes down to Minnesota's just not paying their assistant coaches as much as other programs.
Yeah. And I heard you talk about Rutgers wanting them, but they couldn't get them because with that extension, they would have to pay the whole 2.4, right?
Yep. The contract was if he left for a Big Ten team, I think you would have to fully buy out the whole contract.
Yeah.
And then anything else, I think it was 600K, maybe I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics off the top of my head, but
All right.
Miami definitely had to pay a little bit of a buyout there,
Yeah.
and it was way different than Rutgers would have done. But
Yeah. Rutgers ain't finna pay the whole thing.
no, they don't have the Miami money.
Yeah. And shout out to Shard and DJ Rayman for being the first two people to comment. And I see you, Michael Walker. Thanks for coming, subscribing with the what up. You know what I'm saying? Joshua Ruthell with the Let's Go Canes 50. What's up, my brother? Yeah, what's good? And DJ Rayman, he throwing up the use. Thank you for being a member. So, hey, Liebert, let's talk about Corey Hetherman. Did you like him?
Yeah, I was a fan. I think right off the bat, if anyone has seen a picture of him, he passes the eye test for a defensive coordinator. He definitely looks intimidating.
Yeah.
And I think he calls his defense the same way. Very aggressive, a lot of blitzing. Minnesota was near the top of the country in turnovers. Uh, Minnesota had a lot of playmakers all over their defense, and they really utilized them almost like an offense would, just putting them in positions to make plays. And Miami obviously recruits at a really high level, and they're going to have playmakers all over the field any season. So I think Corey Hetherman knows how to use the strengths of his players from that aspect, and they're going to be flying all over the field. And he was only at Minnesota for one season, but the level of success that he had just picking right up where the defense left off the previous years
Yeah.
was really impressive. And Minnesota didn't have a great year by any means, but I think a lot of their success was because of the defense.
Yeah, I kind of want to circle back to one of your points when you said like he know how to get like the best out of his players and like he like out of unique players. 'Cause I'm thinking of the player Henderson, I believe his name was, and how he would just get in sacks. Like I saw he had like 6 sacks, and I think he like a DB, I believe, or a linebacker one.
Yeah. So Minnesota kind of uses even with their previous schemes, they kind of use the nickel box safety, extra linebacker, kind of doing everything all at once, kind of that like utility position. But Jack Henderson was the guy you're talking about. Really interesting player. He transferred from Southeast Louisiana and kind of he was just in on special packages. But back to the playmaker point, he would make plays almost every game, and he was just he had a bunch of sacks, like you mentioned,
Right.
and he had the versatility to play nickel corner,
Right.
third linebacker,
Right.
box safety,
Right.
even come down as a blitzing outside linebacker sometimes. So that's, I guess, a small look into the versatility that Hetherman likes to use. I think that came a little bit from the system Minnesota already had in place
Right.
because, we can get into it a little more too, but Hetherman had a really interesting, I guess, journey to become the Gophers defensive coordinator.
Right.
I think he was a DC at Maine, and then James Madison, and then the linebackers coach at Rutgers. So even before that, he had a lot of interesting stops. So
Yeah.
he's just a football junkie, and
Right.
you can notice really quickly that he just loves football.
Yeah. Devil with him being a former quarterback. I was looking at that. I'm like, Fishburne State, never heard of it. But he
Yeah.
quarterback. So I was just looking at things and like what another thing that you said, like given that it was a year, that's why it was so impressive to me what he did for y'all, because first game against North Carolina, it was like, damn, they was already locked in. Like, how did they know the defense that fast? Like he's that great of a teacher, or I'm tripping?
Yeah, so I do think there are a lot of similarities with the previous system and Joe Rossi, who's now the DC at Michigan State.
Mhm.
There's a lot of similarities. I mean, they ran the exact same scheme with four linemen, two linebackers, and then the rest D backs. But he definitely put his own spin on it. Way more aggressive with blitzes, like I mentioned, but it wasn't too like drastic of a change. It's not like they started running with six down linemen or something. So I think that kind of helped them pick it up right away. But he is a really good teacher and a really good head coach. I think he even has a background in teaching.
Mhm.
But Minnesota is a very like heavy culture program, like top down. Like PJ Fleck's a very polarizing figure. So the guys at Minnesota are really fully bought into the system and like everything that everyone's preaching. So I think that added to the fact that they were able to pick it up day one. But I,
Mhm.
like Heatherman is a huge reason why Minnesota was a like top 10 defense consensusly, because it just I keep gonna go back to it. He just knew how to get the most out of his players. I think any Gophers fan saw the roster at the start of the year and said there's all these playmakers, and
Mhm.
he got the best out of every single one. And for a school like Miami, if I was a Hurricanes fan, that's what I would be excited about,
Yeah.
because since Cristobal got there for you guys, you've been recruiting at a high level. So he's going to have more talent than he did at Minnesota. So if I was a Hurricanes fan, I'd be pretty excited.
Yes, 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 yes. And we got 150 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, you know what to do. Retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to keep giving you that content. I got the great Tony Liebert in the building. He giving y'all some real knowledge on Corey Hetherman, man. So, I kind of talked to you, what I'm saying, before the show. Well, tell me something about Kerry Brown, man. Tell me something about Kerry Brown.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. Like,
Uh-huh.
since PJ Fleck got at Minnesota, they kind of became like a really good at producing safeties. They had Antoine Winfield Jr.,
Right,
Tyler Newman recently, Jordan Howden, who's now on the Saints.
right.
And right now, we got the Gophers got two really talented safeties. Coy Parrish was consensus freshman All American, a
Right.
really talented guy from Minnesota. But then Kerry Brown gets kind of overlooked because he's not the Minnesota guy, and all the Gophers fans love rooting for the Minnesota guy. But Kerry Brown is a very, very talented, going to be a redshirt sophomore this next season, safety from Naples, Florida. He really came into his own last year. It was really interesting at the start of the year. Gophers had a veteran, Darius Green, who started a lot of games in 2023, but he kind of got jumped by both of these freshman safeties. And then alongside him, we had another guy, Aiden Gooseby. But Kerry Brown emerged to be almost more consistent than Coy Parrish. Parrish is way more like a playmaker, kind of taking risks. But Kerry Brown is everything you really want in a safety. I think he's going to play in the NFL. I think he's going to could even be a top 100 pick type of guy. Like, he's really high ceiling, just very instinctive, very good tackler, and that's if you want to go back and look at the Minnesota defense and see what Hetherman's running and what he could do at Miami, I would just watch the safety position because him and Coy Parrish specifically were just tremendous all year. And they were Brown was a redshirt freshman, Coy Parrish was a true freshman. So getting that level of production out of underclassmen is really impressive stuff. And hopefully for the Gophers' sake, Kerry Brown does not follow Corey Hetherman to Miami and back to Florida. But he's a really talented player, and I guess just a look into the level of production that Hetherman gets.
So let me ask you this, my boy. So how you feel about the player-coach relationship? Like, do players play extremely hard for Corey Hetherman? Because from what I've seen, it looked that way.
Yeah, so that's really interesting because the leader of the defense probably last year was our linebacker, Cody Lindenberg, guy who might play in the NFL. But really early in the year, like Big Ten media days, the local media days, all this stuff, he was pretty vocal about how good of a leader Corey Hetherman was and how he just knew how to communicate with his players. And the fact that Minnesota hasn't had any major contributors from the defense enter the transfer portal this offseason, I think tells you that everyone was bought into the system he had. It's now interesting that he left this far into the coaching cycle, but from everything I know, the players loved him. And kind of back to what I was saying, Minnesota kind of has become a little polarizing with PJ Fleck and all this. He loves his mottos with the row the boat stuff. So
right,
it's kind of either you're all in or you're all out. And when you bring in a defense coordinator for 1 year, the fact that he was able to get all these players to buy in and be a top 10 defense year one, I think tells you enough that I think it's fair to have pretty high expectations year one at Miami.
Right. Because at JMU, he was a DC, DN coach. Then he went to Rutgers as a linebacker coach. Then he was with y'all as a defensive coordinator and linebacker coach. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, how do you feel about how he got the linebackers to play?
Yeah, that's another good question. So, like I mentioned, Cody Lindenberg, he's the number one linebacker, leader of the defense, captain, everything. And he kind of helped him take that next step. I think he's an NFL player. He just got invited to the Senior Bowl. And before that, he was kind of a little unknown, a lot of question marks heading into the year. He dealt with some injuries, but Gophers fans knew he had some high potential. And I think Hetherman helped him reach his highest potential. And he should be an interesting name in the pre-draft process. He's a really, really talented athlete. And Hetherman was just really good at using him as a leader and getting the other linebackers into position. And that had a little bit to do with Lindenberg because I think he kind of took that next step as a leader. But after him, there were some talented linebackers in that room too. And it's just at all three levels. I think it was just really impressive year for the Gophers defense. And there was it's hard to find many complaints kind of all over the field. And there was kind of a star at each level as someone who will play in the NFL. And at a school like Minnesota, if you get guys playing at that level, it's really stands out because Minnesota does not produce as many pros as a school like Miami.
Right. And it's impressive what he was able to do. And the way I'm looking at it, like he taking players to another level, right? Like how you saying. And what I'm seeing, what's the dude name? I believe his last name Smith. It was like a D lineman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking at that. Was he always like that, or he helped him go up a level too?
That's another good one. There are a bunch of players like all over the defense, and Anthony Smith this upcoming year is going to be stud for the Gophers. But from Minnesota's perspective, he was pretty highly touted recruit. He was the number one recruit in our class, maybe 2021, 22 now. But he was just a high level 4-star from Pennsylvania. And you go to practice, he fits the eye test. He looks like a future NFL player, just shredded, just really built dude. And you could tell he had high potential. And as a freshman, he kind of showed that, but he kind of wasn't able to get on the field. But at the end of the year, he was playing at an all Big Ten level as a redshirt sophomore now. And he's a guy heading into next year, I think could blossom into a top 100 guy in the NFL draft in 2026. So that's, I guess, just a look into those young players. Like Minnesota's a developmental program. They're just not going to recruit at a level like Ohio State and Michigan. And if the Gophers want to be competitive, you're going to need to be able to develop players like that and get the most out of players like that. And even though Hetherman was there for 12 months, guy like him, guy like Cody Lindenberg, both those safeties we mentioned, he knew how to get the most out of these guys that Gophers fans were told are these talented players, but we just hadn't seen it on the field. So he knows how to get the most out of his talent, I think.
Right. And like you said, he's a great teacher. He get dudes to the next level. It seems like he's a great leader. And I feel we need that because we definitely ain't had leaders on our defense last year. Like, that was lacking. As you can see, that what held us out the playoffs. Our defense.
Yeah. Yep.
Our defense. So we really need that fix. And it got me thinking, what can you tell me about Nick Monroe?
Yeah, he's another interesting guy too. He came from Syracuse year before. And it clearly was Corey Hetherman's defense. Fleck likes to use the co-DC tag on the website and by title for these assistant coaches, but it's kind of more like a 1A, 1B thing. He does the same thing with the offense. So the Gophers secondary, like I said, has been very impressive the past few years. They promoted their safeties coach to the DC, but that's a whole nother story. Nick Monroe, he really helped the cornerback room. Got a lot of good transfers the last 2 years at that cornerback position, and I do think it was. I don't know about like a percentage, but it was Corey Hetherman's defense, and Monroe. Your position coaches obviously help out with that, but yeah. Hopefully he doesn't follow Hetherman to Miami.
We need it, Liebert. We need it.
Yeah.
We need it. That's a guy that's been recruiting down here in South Florida for a minute, since his Syracuse days, since I know. So it's like, and it seems like he's crazy about it. Like, he's a great recruiter and he looks like a great teacher. So we need that. We need him for our cornerbacks coach. Let us take that up off you, man. I don't need him. Y'all don't need him. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be an interesting one to monitor because he's a guy who's kind of been all over. So he does not have the ties to Minnesota like our other position coaches. So the D-line coach played for Fleck, and the safeties coach had been with Fleck for like 10 years. So they're not going to leave. But Monroe would be an interesting one to look at.
Yeah. And we got 266 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And matter of fact, Tony Liebert, let the chasers know where they can find you at.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Tony Liebert. That's Liebert. Probably the easiest to just find stuff for there. All things Gophers, Gophers football, Gophers basketball, and yeah. Appreciate you for having me. Love talking some college ball.
Yeah. You see, I ain't want to talk to you about college basketball. Hey, Liebert, we both in hell on that end, man.
I think we're both just counting down the days till the season's over there.
Yeah. I'm looking at coaches. I'm like, who the next coach? I'm like, I'm looking at Mississippi State coach, Dayton coach. Yeah. Man, it's just bad right now. It's bad, man. When you look at that coaches, it ain't a fun time. But I appreciate you for stopping by. And y'all make sure y'all follow him on Twitter, Instagram, and y'all subscribe to that podcast, Believe in Minnesota Football. Yeah, y'all
appreciate you.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Yeah. And with that being said, let's get into commercial break. What's good, Chasers? It's your boy 50. And at Category 6 Sports, we are proud to announce that we are partnered with MyBookie. Yeah, that's right. MyBookie has gave us the opportunity to give y'all a special offer, and they are matching up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip with this promo code CAT the number 6. Yeah, that's right. CAT the number 6. CAT 6. CAT 6. Remember that. Yeah, they matching anything. You put 500, they matching. You put 1,000, they matching. You put 1,200, they'll match 1,000, but that 200 is on its own. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all use that promo code that my bookie has gave us to give you. It's CAT 6. CAT the number 6. Y'all go get that. Yeah. Shout out to my boogie for sponsoring this video. The link is in the description. CAT, the number 6. And I got my boy Juju here with me. What's good, my brother? What's good?
What's good, brother? What's good? Just teleport. It was just a white man in my spot. I'm kind of confused.
Oh man, yes. This ain't Juju, y'all. This the Black Tony Liebert. Now I'm playing, but hey Juju, hey Juju, man.
Brother, what's good?
Man, you know the members in the building. I appreciate the Chasers. You feel me? For getting us over.
Shout out everybody that pulled up.
Yeah, they showed up. They showing out. Oh damn! It sounded like I was about to sing that song, didn't it? Oh man. Hey, Juju. Well, let's get into it. So Mario says he feel Malachi Tony can make a big impact early on. What's your thoughts on that? And the Chasers, y'all can answer that too. What's your thoughts on Malachi Tony? You believe he can make a big time impact early, Malachi Tony?
Yeah. Gadget player.
Gadget player?
Taysom Hill, year one.
Hey,
go catch some passes, throw the ball a little piece.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't know what he see. Like, cause you know the only thing I feel about Malachi is not that like his play on the field. I'm just 150 pounds soaking wet, man. So that's my only concern with Malachi. It's not a skill set. I think he should be able to be talented enough to play right now. Should be, because he plays receiver. He don't play no position that require you to have to put on weight. But I am concerned if he catch the ball, say if it's like a slant or a screen or something, and the middle linebacker come touch him. You know, we done seen it in years past since Mario done been here. Every freshman that done got on it, we done got a freshman hurt every year, trying to get them the ball, trying to get them to do something. They done got their bill.
I think he can make an impact, and I think you just undersold him. But let me get to some of these comments. My boy Manny, thanks for coming and subscribing to some gold members. All right, Style Bart, thanks for coming and subscribing to some members. Coach Carter, thanks for coming and subscribing and being a member with the yo. Yeah. And then Eldridge Primus, he answered the question. He said, no, because Miami going to the portal. So you don't think Malachi make an impact because he's going to the portal. International Alchemist, thanks for coming and subscribing. Baby Jesus, his name, I don't doubt it. Okay. He said he don't doubt it. JB, thanks for coming and subscribing. He say Malachi is well over 180. Ooh, Juju, they coming for you, boy.
Well over 180? He got to step on the scale for me.
Look at this guy. Oh, man.
He said over 180, 50. Come on, Phil.
Hey, man. Hey, wait. Andrew Martin, thanks for coming and subscribing. Honorary member Drew.
Why did you put that there? Why I can put that comment up there? Come on, bro. The members is the members.
Hey, my boy Drew. Breaking news, Drew. You heard him. Oh,
remember, it's crazy, Phil.
Hey, man. That is crazy. But, man, I'm looking at it. I think he can make an impact. Hell, I think I'm looking at it. It's like, bro, he played early in high school. He was that guy since he stepped on the field. So I don't think it'll be no change in college. I think, but not even think. I feel, I don't even know to a certain extent, like he's going to come in impactful because look at his skill set, the route running. He just dominant. It don't matter where you put him at on the field.
What you saying?
Huh?
Yeah,
He the
faster
black
Restrepo.
Restrepo.
He a black
He the
Restrepo.
black Restrepo. Yeah, he the black Restrepo. If Restrepo was black, it would be him. Cause I feel he definitely more athletic than Restrepo. And route running just as good as Restrepo was in high school.
Both can hop on the football, both fantastic catches.
Yep. And think about it. He got the IQ over Restrepo because they both played receiver and quarterback in high school. And DB.
Andy, I remember like Andy.
Like this man really got it. So yeah, I can see it. I'm moving right along. Mario, he be going crazy with the comparisons. Do you feel they be far-fetched? Cause he called Josh Moore Megatron. He called Pringle, he called Pringle Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, how you feel about that, Juju? And the Chasers, y'all can answer that too. Do y'all feel like his comparisons be far-fetched, Crystal Ball?
Megatron, bro. Why he hopped out the window like that?
I don't know.
Megatron was 3 days and they still couldn't guard him. Megatron, okay.
Yeah. And shouts out to Coach Carter for gifting 5 categories.
That was I could see the Jahmyr Gibbs, because Jahmyr Gibbs, he had to work today. He didn't pop off on the scene at Georgia Tech like that. He was crazy when he first got to Georgia Tech for sure, but he still had to put the work in and earn his way to be Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I can see the Jahmyr Gibbs thing.
Yeah.
But the Megatron, what's up with him in the Georgia Tech comps? He got Georgia Tech on his mind. That's what it is, Cody. He had Georgia Tech on his mind. He must have been watching some film or something earlier that day. 2 Georgia Tech players back to back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's wild. Kane Jones, thanks for coming and subscribing. He's going to get some playing time. Coach Phil will beef him up. Strengthening and conditioning coaches are different than high school. Yeah. Yeah. And shout out to Coach Carter for gifting 5 memberships. Category 6 sports memberships, man. Shout out to my boy Coach Carter, man. He did that, man. Man, hey, he in the giving mood. Real chaser right there. He in the giving mood. That's my dog there. LTW, thanks for coming and subscribing. Who's more ready, Upshaw or Tony? Ooh.
You know, this is my question. Oh, this is the question for me right here.
Go ahead.
Hey, when Malachi decommitted, what I said.
That man said Upshaw is better anyway. Oh, man.
So you know what my answer is. Give me Dayla Upshaw. Oh, hey, bro. Look, listen. I love the crib. I love the crib. But look,
right.
bro, when we seen, I watched Cam commentate last year, right? Mm-hmm. And if you watch Cam commentate, you see this fast, small receiver just exploding on his tape. And you like, well, damn, who is that on the other side of Cam Coleman? Come to find out, Daylan Upshaw. So this year, no Cam Coleman. He the only number 1 receiver. The same looks Cam Coleman got, still went crazy in the highest division of Alabama football. I think Daylan Upshaw. If Ryan Williams come and do the stuff he did at Alabama, and he played in the same division and went as crazy as the day they did, give me a chance with Daylan Upshaw. I like that kid. I like that kid, but he got grit, he got speed, he got soft hands too. He got soft hands, and he can run a hell out of route. I know he's gonna outrun angles. That's not even take a slant to the crib. That's to take a screen and go and hit his head on goal post.
Oh man, TC, thanks for coming and subscribing. Think he play over Nah or Ray Ray? Ooh, definitely over Nah. Not over Nah. Ray Ray. Definitely over Ray Ray. Not over Nah. I don't know. We're gonna see with Nah.
You talking about Upshaw or we talking about Malachi Tony?
Tony. You talking about both. Yeah, you talking about both.
Both?
Yeah.
I mean, we going Tony. I think Tony. I honestly, bro, not in the same position group, bro. Not playing on the outside. So I really can't even compare. It's not really. It's not really because it's just on his tape he looks small. But when we seen the picture week 1 at Florida, he was standing shoulder to shoulder to Chance. And Zay Horton, he was like right under his head under Zay. I said, oh, no, Corey ain't small. I thought he was like 5'11", just like 6'2". So, yeah, he on the outside. So I don't think that's a good comparison. He's saying nah. But Ray, I think that's where the competition is. I think that's the spot where it's open the most. Like that position right there is gonna be a battle to see who's gonna get on the field for that slot spot.
Yeah, that slot spot gonna be fun thing to
CJ
track.
Ray.
Yeah.
David Upshaw and Malachi Tony all in there. I'm trying to see who crawl their way to the top.
International Alchemist, thanks for coming. I think if you look at Megatron at Sandy Creek before Georgia Tech, Moore is better. Pringle is a comp with Gibbs. So he agree with Mario. Okay. I feel like it'd be wild, outrageous comparison. I'd be like, damn.
Like I said, I could see the Jahmyr Gibbs one. That Megatron one, bro, you putting a lot on that kid, bro. You putting a lot on that kid.
Like you just said, he generational, man.
Yeah.
What you just said.
I have to take 3 NFL DBs to guard him. This is what you just told me.
Yeah. And hey, producer, put that picture up about that DB room for me real quick. Yeah. Put that picture up. Yeah. Because I feel this is fixed. You see it? Man, stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Hey, man. But you see it, like he ain't playing. You got, Poyser, you got Conley, you got Brantley, you got O'Connor, and you got them recruits with Antone Fitzgerald, Amari Wallace. List goes on, man. Forget, I believe I forgot somebody.
Sorry.
Antone, Ewald.
Yeah.
That's your favorite cornerback there, Ewald. Why you got corner?
Yeah, no. I love Chris Ewald.
Yeah. Hey, Harbaugh and Kirby wanted him.
Hey, look. Harbaugh and Kirby wanted Chris Ewald. Sign me up.
Right.
Who am I to tell you that's bad either?
Yeah. Hey, Juju, do you feel the DB room is fixed?
It got flipped.
Mm-hmm.
It got flipped. Fixed.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the only thing that scared me with that DB room is if we don't get the person who shouldn't be named. Because Charles Brantley, like his injury history. So we just hoping that he turned into a Bubba Bolden for us. First year.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it. You get Lucas, then I named all the good dudes that he added, but don't forget about we got OJ, then you got Ryan Mack, then you got Dylan Day. Like we still got guys in that room. So I'm looking at
it and that's ready to play.
Yeah, that's ready to play. So you get Xavier Lucas, it's just like embarrassment of riches. You're looking real, real good, and it just I feel it runs well. I feel like it could be a strength the way it's looking. Like last off season, you done seen the episodes how I felt about the DB room. I felt like it was a weakness. I didn't. Yeah. I'm like, I was worried about it. It was a question mark. We were gonna see. Florida game gave me a little hope, but then we start realizing it's Billy Napier calling offensive play.
They so sorry. They really fooled the fans.
Yeah.
They really. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Billy Napier had Jaden Harris looking like Sean Taylor out there, bro. Oh my God,
bro. That game really got him a Georgia scholarship. Like that's how crazy it is.
That's the only highlight they post. They'll post no other highlight.
They only post that one game. They post his best game and break down film. I'm like, huh? Go break down that Georgia Tech film. Go break down that Wake Forest. Go break down some of them other games, man. But no, they want to break down that game for a reason. Go break down the Syracuse film.
Right.
But man, they run to that game and it's crazy to me because I'm like, man, Jaden Harris. Yeah. But we got 545 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, you know what to do. Retweet it, like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS. Like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell. So we're going to keep you that content. I got my boy Juju in here with me, man. He giving me all that, you know what I'm saying, that great insight. You know, this an honor and privilege to have this man on the show.
Oh, here you go, man. Cutting up. Here you go.
Man.
No, we already the Almighty Liebert on here earlier.
Who?
The Almighty Liebert on here earlier.
Hey, man. Yeah, we did have big time.
Having all the super guests, all the ball knowers on here.
Hey, man. We trying to move up. We trying to get with it. Hey, because I'm looking at it like when it came to, like, I want to expand back to the DB room, right? Mm-hmm. And another thing I want to see, because when I was talking to Liebert, and he would talk about the defense and things, I'm like, ooh, how he schemed safeties. And I'm thinking, man, it got me thinking about that question. Should Zaquan move the linebacker?
It's the greatest question in the world. Juju posed this 2 days ago in Spaces after watching some of this Minnesota film, and I saw the same thing that Weaver said. He got a playmaker that can play in that box. He gonna let him run wild. And
right.
Zaquan's skill set, and I know he can develop in the cover. But if we talking about some right now, trying to see the field right now, affect the game right now,
yeah,
put him in the box, let him go crazy. We're gonna develop his cover skills in the background. But for this, let him go crazy. Let him play football. He got a nose for the football. He out of all the freshmen, I think run support wise, he was probably the best run supporter because he was coming like full speed downhill. Everything we seen to him make one attack. He always was going to try to make a play. Now, somebody might go behind his head, but if everything in front of him, your dog, he gonna keep everything in front of him, he can attack. So I think if he see him, once he see that talent in Zaquan at practice, oh yeah, he box and let him go crazy. Go put him right in the box and let him go and let him feast.
All right. Eldridge Premise, he agreed with you. Thanks for coming and subscribing. He say no. Trim, thanks for coming and subscribing, my boy. He say no. Then FTW say yes. He say it's a perfect fit. Thanks for coming. He say it's a perfect fit, man. It's a perfect fit. Nickel and Sam, you see it. Oh,
see the vision, see the vision.
You see the vision? Like, hey. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, he don't really need to play linebacker. That was just something to ask you. But I'm looking at him like, box safety, the way he did, the things that he did with that boy Henderson over there, and I'm seeing so, like, scheme it up. Yeah, he gonna use it. You wanna know what's crazy? I'm a vibe, but some of the things that this dude doing, you know how, and I'm not saying he this guy. So for anybody listening, I'm not saying he this guy. But you know one thing about Bill Belichick.
Oh, no, it's a clip.
He know how to use his players. I'm not saying he nothing like that. I'm talking about when you have a defensive scheme, it don't matter what he draft. He knew how to get the best out of his players defensively.
Maximize the talent.
Huh?
Maximize the talent on the defensive side of the ball. I understand exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
But you know,
no, I'm not saying he's
that's why run in category 6, say our new defensive coordinator, the next Bill Belichick. You already know how this is gonna go in the next 30 minutes. You're gonna be on Twitter.
They gonna clip that. They gonna clip that. Knowing damn where they lying. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying when he was saying that, I was thinking like, now, Bill Belichick the best at it. Now, I can't say Corey Hetherman the best at it because he ain't did it. Like, not to that level. You feel me? Not to that level like that, man. Yeah. Like, you done seen people that went other places, went straight scrubs, come back, and they balling again. You feel me? Because that system and that way he schemes it up for people, it works perfectly. He know how to get the best out of his players.
You got to be willing to take that pay cut.
Yeah. Cause he know. Hey, Hey, boy, he was getting away with murder, boy. They should have never gave his ass Brady, because, boy, he was getting away with murder.
Brady got a pay cut. Why you can't take no pay cut?
And with hey, Juju. With that being said, let's do another commercial break. Yeah, Chasers, what's good? It's your boy 50 of Category 6 Sports. I'm here to tell you about Partners Printing, a premier one-stop custom print shop. Yeah, you can get you t-shirts and all types of things. Yeah, even business cards. And the address is 5700 Northwest 17 Ave. 5700 Northwest 17 Ave. I'm talking about Partners Printing, one of the best, man. They've been serving South Florida for a little minute, and they've been doing it proudly. So, yeah, salute the Partners Printing, man. And y'all go holler at them for real. Yeah, shout out to Partners Printing for sponsoring this video. And we got 628 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, you know what to do. Retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I got the great Juju in the building. And hey, man, we talking ball. Matter of fact, put that picture up with the about the high school players. I want to see Hayden Low real quick. Yeah, I want to see that Hayden Low. I want to see them risers. Man. Go ahead, producer. Guess I bit off more than I can chew.
Producer.
Hey, producer.
And we took a commercial, man.
Because, man, we got the biggest risers. Well, anyway, I'll say this. Since we can't seem to find that, put up the receiver one for me real quick about the receivers in the draft for me, producer. See if you got that for me.
See if you got that, yeah.
See if you got that for me. There we go. And I'm looking at it. I don't see, I there's some names missing, right? Like this receiver class, right? Is it the best? No. But it still got some talent in it. It still got plenty of talent in it. Like we ain't even mentioned cuz from Oregon or none of that. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying, Juju?
Yeah, like Josh Kelly. Or, there's some talented receivers. I don't think they like big names like previous years. Obviously, there's a glaring name missing because he got arrested recently. But I mean, other than that, it's a decent receiver class. Yeah, I think it ain't. I think you look back on this receiver class and be like, they was productive. Like,
right.
I think you got a lot of receiver threes this class, a lot of receiver twos, maybe got some all pros. You probably only got one, maybe. One, maybe two Hall of Fame receivers in this class.
No. I'm looking
and that's
at
really cool. If T-Mac put it all together, I think he can be one. And I think if Travis play receiver, go to the right situation, he could be one too.
Right.
I think there's only two receivers with potential to make the Hall.
Right. Yeah, there was some other names missing, like Jalen Noel. Like it's some receivers out there, man.
The kids from that we just played at Iowa State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I hate that we be losing these bowl games, bro. Cause it be like, damn, we need to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man. AJ, thanks for coming and subscribing. 50 and young Juju, use up 100. Man. Shout out my boy. Seti Matt, thanks for coming and subscribing. Fire the producer. I can't do it, y'all.
Fire the producer.
I can't do it. Bar, thanks for coming and subscribing. Pruitt got to add weight and strength against Syracuse. He got dragged 10 yards. Be the guy he was trying to take down. Okay. I got what you're saying. Baby Shaq, thanks for coming and subscribing. Producer, you're under surveillance. Oh, snap. Oh man. Speaking of, hey, matter of fact, hey, producer, watch how he redeem himself though. Put that picture up about teams that ain't won a title though. Yeah, y'all get on the producer, man. Watch this though. Yeah. 100 jersey, no rings. Yeah. I had to get that out. Had to. Hey, it's right there. It's right there. Now, what shocked you on this list? And I'm asking the Chasers this too. Which team shocked you? I know that big zero, yeah, they supposed to be there. But the rest of them teams, I'm kind of shocked by Wisconsin. I ain't gonna lie.
West Virginia, bro. I don't know why, but I just felt like they was supposed to. I thought they had won like a natty in like the 70s, 80s or something, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what it just seemed like they were supposed to win. Like
Right.
I don't know. That's the one that actually was the surprising one.
Right.
Wisconsin, like I said, Wisconsin. It's shocking, but then again, it's not because of who they had to play, how long they've been playing. I'm just thinking about all the teams, how long they've been playing football, and the teams they've been playing with. All the teams around them blue bloods, but then so that's why it didn't surprise me. They ain't got no that.
This is a good fact here. Thanks for coming, Drew. That boy said West Virginia lost a natty in 1988. Okay, I did not.
I would think West Virginia would have won natty. That's what I'm saying. Like 70s, 80s, something like that. Arizona State, not surprising because they don't seem like like Arizona State football national champion.
Yeah, like Virginia Tech ain't win one. That sound about right. I was kind of surprised by Virginia Tech not winning one. Cause I'm like, damn, they probably would have had one, but what? Mar, thanks for coming in, subscribe. He say Virginia Tech would have had a chip, but P Dub wasn't having it. Yeah, he wasn't having it. He was like that as a no. I don't really like dude. I don't really like that school. I don't really know dude like that. I don't really like that school. But yeah, you're right. He wasn't having it. But man, I'm looking at the list. Arizona State, they said Utah. I thought they would have won something back in like the 60s or something too. That's why I was like kind of shocked.
They Mormons, bro. They just started playing football.
Yeah, man. I just assumed they been here.
When that coach got there in Utah, that's when they just started playing football.
Right.
Career feel like just 20 years.
Right. And we got 685 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, you know what to do. Retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS, like, share, subscribe. You feel me? Hit that notification bell. We're going to keep giving you that content. I got my boy, Juju, in the building. You feel me? Just interviewed Tony Liebert earlier. Great interview. We were talking about Corey Hetherman. And it just got me also thinking, hey, producer, put the transfer portal picture up there for me. I told you, hey, this is redemption for my producer because he already know what to do. You feel me? He already know what to do. It's just little technical difficulties. You see that. Number one in ACC, Miami, with the transfer portal, man. Now, I'm looking at this list, right, Juju? I'm looking at this list. You feel me? I'm looking at this list. And
somebody took 40 niggas in that number 5. Crazy to me.
Man.
Numbers not adding up. I don't know.
Yeah. What?
Thing?
Louisville.
The 40ness. Nah, Louisville at 11, which is surprising. But Clifton at number 8. Boy, they out there in the portal 50. Boy, you talking about Louisville? No, Clemson not last in the conference in the portal ranking. That's a shock to me.
Hey, that is a good point. Because Dabo had to get with the times and hit that portal. And it's crazy. Because speaking of Dabo, you saw they hired Tom Allen and all that. And what's your thoughts on it? Because from my perspective, I wasn't really impressed with dude when I saw him play against like real teams. Like when he played Oregon, it was Swiss cheese. Ohio State, come on. What your thoughts?
But that's always, I don't know, bro. Like, what's up with them? I think, and I told you that, Phil. If they playing anybody outside the Big Ten, I'm gonna put my money on Penn State regardless. And I just, you seen it, bro. Like the Notre Dame game, it was locked in. It's locked defense, locked in.
But that offense
just
like that.
That offense, just that bad. I think because the offense that future, bro, it get a defense like they just can't hold up all game. Especially the teams like you name it. At one point, those athletes gonna make a play. At one point, they gonna score. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they pay for. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're school for. They high rated kids for a reason. So it's like you can. I like the move because I think he's a good defensive coordinator, but I don't know how that worked for Clemson. Like, was it their defense that was there last year? I don't know what was wrong with them last year.
Yeah.
I really didn't watch none of their games besides the Georgia game when they got walked, to be honest.
Right. And hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. Help with the algorithm, man. And plus, it's free. So yeah. And another thing, wait, hold on, cause I saw a question real quick. FTW 305, thanks for coming. He say, "What's your opinion on Mike Run? As a coach, pretty good, can't lie. As a recruiter, do me a favor, save that kid. Can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. But coaching, oh nah, hey boy, hey, yeah, he teach them quarterbacks well. He had a nice little relationship with the cornerbacks. They performed well under him. I saw, Corey Elder. Corey Elder had his best year under him. What's your thoughts, Juju? Yeah.
That's the day part too. Really gonna be real.
Way better.
Are you willing to sacrifice recruiting?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For development after you flip in a room, which I mean, you can flip it now. They got some years. So
right.
The thing is just keeping that talent and reloading that talent once it leaves. That was always the issue. It's not about this form of development and talent.
Mm-hmm.
Same issue we had with the Dice, same issue we had with Andy, same issue. Like, it's just we love a developer. But at UM, you can't get 3 stars in development to make, nah, bro, this Miami. Like, you need to some talent on top of development. So I will bring him on as a corners coach.
Yeah.
And have somebody who's a DB coach oversight him, like you know what I'm saying, like a safeties coach that's really like the real DB coach or something. Just have him in a room for recruiting. Just on the field. Well, not even recruiting, but just have him like on the field coach.
Yeah, my boy FTW said, I hope Hetherman rotates his D-line more than Guidry. I think the best D-line coach we had was Coach Kuligowski because his line strained every play, but they were fresh because they rotated. Thank you for coming. And I actually agree because them are big boys on that D-line. So they definitely need to rotate. They definitely need breather. You can't be just constantly playing them guys like that. I mean, I know Ohio State does that. Like, they don't really bench their guys, but...
Like, they don't play systems that run up-tempo.
Yeah, so they can do that. But we in a conference where you're going to see a ton of up-tempo offenses, teams that just really trying to expose something. They're trying to expose something. Like, that USF game, man. And that was another thing that I liked when we were talking to Liebert. Like, man, he would talk about how Hetherman's a teacher. And I feel, was Guidry really a teacher because it didn't look like it this year? No. I don't care what excuse people give. Oh, he's a great DC. Yeah, I could agree that he was a pretty good DC. But was he a great teacher? Because they did not know that system. They looked too confused out there. And that was not good. And I begged this man to make it right. He couldn't do it. Now, I know it ain't up to me, but hell, the fan base was screaming from everywhere. They wanted this to be right. They wanted to make it right, and he just couldn't do it. Yeah, I was just
We gave
looking at.
we gave him too many chances. We gave him more chances than Manny Diaz with the defense.
Right.
You know, like, we had Ken Ward. That's on what we gave. We gave him chance after chance.
Right. And KFL, thanks for coming and subscribing and being a member. He said, "Yo, great show, 50 and Juju. Couldn't come in earlier, but I was tuned in. Go Canes." I see you with the U's up and all that. Yeah, and the carousel. All right, Eldridge Primus, thanks for coming. Do you think OJ loses his starting job next year? No, not at all. Now, it will be. I want to see the competition at them other spots. I feel it's like OJ and O'Connor. I think them gonna be your starters. I really feel like them gonna be your starters. Matter of fact, hey producer, speaking of corners, put that tweet up for me real quick. Yeah. That seatbelt, y'all. He say my recruitment process is ran through my ball. If you need any contact, contact me. Uh-oh.
I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I ain't touching out with a tip before, man. No comment.
Oh man. Hey, what is it right now? My boy. That boy KFL, thanks for coming. He say that jacket clean, Juju. Yeah, they see you, boy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming and subscribing. 50, what's happening? What's good, bro? What's good? But back to seatbelt. Hey man.
Oh my God.
Hey, we are going to talk about this.
Put another comment back up, please.
Oh man. Hey man, we gotta talk about it. Hey man, because his mama, went to the U.
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Hey man, she went to the U, man. Mama take it over. That might be a good sign. See, man.
I'm not falling for it.
Oh, okay.
He got a sign on the dotted line for me to ever say seatbelt.
Right. And shout out to Slick for becoming a member too, man. Shout out to my boy Slick. International Alchemist. Boy kick dripper ass out the car. Mar, thanks for coming. Big Drip got put in the timeout. Oh man.
Best be cut up.
Hey man. What's up?
The mama though, they're fine.
Bro, the mama is crazy work, bro. Cause I was looking at that, I was like, ooh, mama done took over. Like, wow. That hey, you know what that mean though, Juju? Stay out those spaces. Parents, please stay out those spaces, man. Andrew Barr, he said, Mama said, I love Mama.
Parents, please stay out the spaces, parents, please.
Yeah, please stay out those spaces, man. Cause it just doesn't go good, man. Things happen. Kay Jones, thanks for coming. Good show, bro. Keep up the good work. Keep up the grind. You never know who's daddy watching. Go Canes. Shout out to you, my boy Kay Jones. Hey, man. Hey. And speaking of things, like, I was looking at FIU, they got AJ Allen, they got Antonio Tripp, they got Hippolyte, they got Patter. What that boy Willie Simmons got going on at FIU, Juju? What that boy got going on, man?
He's trying to build that stick over there at FIU, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it well on the team.
Yeah, I see that.
I see him play. He's finna go get all them jits he got at fam.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the jits that don't want to leave fam and go to FIU. He's finna go get all them scraps from the crib in the surrounding areas. And he's finna go build him the stick. He'll compete for 2 years, and Willie Simmons going to go get him an OC job somewhere bigger, and he going to be head coach somewhere. So in the next 10 years, Willie Simmons be a head coach in a powerful conference.
Joe Jean, thanks for coming in and subscribing. And put those U's up in the chat. Let's freaking go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, put them U's up in the chat, man. And make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Matter of fact, we got 787 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, you know what to do. Retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, you also know what to do. LSS, like, share, subscribe. You heard that first one. Like, yeah, make sure you do that. Share and subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're going to keep giving you that content. I got my boy Juju in the building. International Alchemist, thanks for coming. Ryan Mack, a cornerback or a safety, or is he better at start? He good at both.
That's crazy. I was going to say he's good at both, but I don't think he's physical enough to play the star. But I honestly think he'd be a corner here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, matter of fact, tell the people how you know Mr. Mack and the fam over there. Oh, Florida Boy raised with the U's.
Hey, what's up with you, man? Hey, what's up with you?
Yeah, Coach Carter, thanks for being a member with my face and the U's. Yeah, all that. Yeah, but yeah, explain to the people how you know about the Mack family, man. Explain to the people.
Well, everybody knows I played for Coach Rod. And when I played for Coach Rod, I used to always be at Coach Rod's house. So the same way how y'all like people used to tell the stories, like I JoJo and but that was just us. But we wasn't on like staying with them. It was just like we was always over there hanging out, team bonding and stuff like that. And yeah. Ryan was just a shorty. Like that was Ryan had to be like 1, 2 years old. That was over. So just watch that little boy grow up from not wanting to play ball to him freaking in the past to now that way at you balling. So I be checking in on him. Like, you know, I'll be blowing his phone up. I be tapping in.
Right. I like that. I like that. It feel like he a little brother to you. I like it.
Sure.
Coach Carter with a nice question. Thanks for coming. He said, would the Ravens bring a natty to the U?
If you would have got all of them, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you.
One of them Ravens making sure one.
One of the Ravens already in the natty. Crazy. Hey, look, Fifth. You got all. I ain't gonna lie. Let's be real. All them boys that played, that we was talking about Ravens to the U, all them boys that end up like starting. I mean, all them boys went crazy at schools. So, I mean, Coach Carter, if it was some way somehow you could turn back the hands of time, or some way somehow you can get all them boys on the same team again at the University of Miami next year, because it won't be this upcoming season, probably next upcoming season. You can do that on their junior year on their way out. Then I book a daddy. If you get all the boys to come back and they all play, I book a daddy.
Which is crazy because they all producing wherever they've been.
All producing, bro. All producing.
Even the running back at North Carolina, I seen them too.
He went crazy in the ball game, bro.
Yeah. We got 808 people in here on X and YouTube. If you're on X, retweet and like. If you're on YouTube, LSS, like, share, subscribe. We're going to keep you that content. Hit that notification bell. I got my boy Juju here with me. But that's going to be my time for the day. I appreciate the Chaser for joining us. How you feel, Juju? You appreciate him too, man?
Yeah, I appreciate every time I'm here. I appreciate the love y'all show. I appreciate all the comments y'all saying. I appreciate y'all liking the video, sharing the video, subscribe it. I don't even care if you got to go on your grandma's phone, your sister's phone, your mama's phone, or your old lady phone, your kid's phone, cut the category 6 phone, cut it all the way on mute and just leave it in the other room. I don't even care. But watch the videos. Pay attention. Watch the videos, though. Watch the videos. Give you insight that you ain't getting nowhere else, man.
Right. And that's going to be our time. Thank you, Chaser, for showing up. But that's our time. Peace.
What was it like when Miami was on top? Nico, it was an entirely different world. When Miami ruled college football, I'm telling you right now, it was a different vibe than when any other program has dominated college football. When Miami dominated,